sure you're on top of everything. So am I, hopefully. This is the festival setup. So when we come on the 24th, we'll be playing down the center. There'll be court 1, 2, 3, and 4. They'll be set up with music and a referee's table on the side here. There'll also be video being cast onto the wall. And we'll play that setup 3 rounds. So everybody plays everybody else in a round robin format. Notice that when you're not playing, you're officiating. Right? And if you're not playing, you're also here fielding balls, and then here you're cheering, or you're going to be commentators or taking action shots that will feed into the feed. As you're doing that, this is the idea, the round 1, round 2, round 3. Then there'll be final 2 teams, the top with the most points. Every game you win is a point for your team. You draw out the hat, 2 singles, and then 1 doubles left to the players, each winning 4 points. Then they play for 10 minutes, and whoever wins that wins the championship, and they get the trophy and the name on it. Plus, special prize. Part of what I need from you right now is the 4th lesson. Luckily, Melanie and Maddie gave me their 4th lesson so I could respond, help them take advantage of the situation. I want to see what you're doing. I'll just read and give a quick response. You've already done that, it's fine, they're already responding to yours. Right, so get that 4th one in. And the idea of that last submission was you should be getting close to wrapping up your planning, and in particular the last one was making sure you're on top of each of these elements that we've been building over time. So in your week 4 submission, I gave you a list here of things to think about. So make sure that you've got that list, because basically once you've done that list, right, and I've passed it, then you've got the material to put into your portfolio. Right, so you want to get that done as soon as possible, and then you can basically start working on the portfolio aspect, which is really the final exam. But the final exam is you can't fail, but you could embarrass yourself. Right, that's basically where it's at. So, and I have all set up the people who are going to interview you, the range of teachers and people from the faculty here who are involved in your PDP program. They're all going to interview you, and if you look on side here on number 4, I just opened it up today. I've actually put the list, and part of the list here that you'll appreciate is I have, come on, open up. I put the names here of the people doing it, and then I put a little bio underneath where you get a sense of who they are, and they will be interviewing you, and I'll be recording it, and then that will be your final artifact that you then reflect on that interview at the end. Okay? If you get your portfolio into me and I pass it, then you can book up where you want to do your interview, you get the choice. So as soon as you submit the portfolio, I give you access to this, and you can put your name in one of those 2 slots. When you interview, there will always be 2 people. That will be you and someone else in the class, being interviewed, 15 minutes each, and a conversation on your portfolio, then we rotate to the next pair. Good? Got the big idea where it's going? So in today's class, because it really is about your portfolio coming up, Wednesdays from now on at 2 p.m. I will be here. I put up videos, Max has put videos, basically he's just got to go through the process. But the videos are really, I've made them as clear as possible, and what I discover with people is they have some inabilities with technology, and this helps them overcome it. Anything else? So this little setup here is really good, and in particular, this one I think you'll really appreciate, because everything you've done on your forum can become an artifact. In fact, if you look at the first one, open mindset, or the last one, discipline knowledge, basically anything you've been doing on a forum becomes a potential artifact, or any conversation you caused on the forum. Like Monica's not here, but she had like 10 people responding to hers. What caused everybody to respond to her? She could use that as a really good artifact, right? So they could use that as a very good artifact. So party is, thank you, right? Party is thinking, what have you done in this community to stimulate the learning of your peers? I know the other one, for instance, that Carl put up, a lot of people really appreciate the images and his explanation on what it's about meditation. That's a really good artifact, right? Something he's posted, but also how people responded to that, right? So you can think about using any part of that as an artifact. And basically this video in 1.5 minutes shows you how to do that, right? So that you can already start building those, either one of those 2 pages. The other really good artifact that's unique to this class this time, a lot of you referred to it, some of you finished the quiz 3 referred to this. Your video on your acknowledgement is a really good artifact, right? It's another example of you probably getting nervous, speaking about something that you weren't that confident, but finding some new ideas that the EDID focus, and particularly the Indigenous theme that's come out of that, that you are able to start feeling, I know stuff now, I can do that. Great artifact, right? So that video can be embedded, easy peasy. That's why we put it up on our YouTube channel for you to use. But there's no right answer, there's what works for you. There's such a lot of richness for you to draw on, you have to decide what it is you want to work with. Good? The other part, my research on this, all the teachers in the schools that are doing this, is they're realizing that portfolios become an extension of your thinking. It's like a journal. In 2 years' time, you go back and go, oh yeah, oh, that's it. Right? And you'll find that your brain will just be switched back on to stuff you're learning in my class. Way better than getting 85 on a final exam that you completely forget in a week's time after. Right? So this represents that final exam. But again, Wednesdays, 2 p.m, I'll be here. Right? So if any technology worries, come here, I guarantee you, put a bit up, ready if you do your reflection part. And Will counsel everybody on reflections because he's really good at them. The other really nice thing, as you come to it, and the one here I'm customizing, I'm not going to play it, but you can go through this one. I've shown you how you can also customize the background, you can play around with the skins, and that's some really nice, there's some badminton ones up there, there's some golf ones up there, there's things, so you can play around with the look as well. But don't spend loads of time on that until you've got the content. Then Katie, play around with the look. I do look forward to it, and I have 8 people who are looking forward to interviewing you. That's the other part of it. So the whole thing is a celebration with a little bit of pressure.